At the Giant Center after 2 periods of play in the Bucks here, the Hershey Bears taking on the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. And it's 1-1. No scoring in that second period. Garrett Mitchell, Zack Fisch with you here high above ringside in the fifth floor press box. We look at the highlights here of period number 2. Nothing doing as far as the goal scoring goes. A lot of looks, and Hershey going to have some serious 5-on-3 power play time to look to get things going to start the third.
Yeah, there's a little bit of bouncing pucks, through especially in the offensive zone for Hershey there. But not a whole lot going on there. Obviously, one off the post there. I think Wilkes-Barre had one off the post. But, Hofer's kind of come into himself. We talk about guys getting opportunities. He's had some good looks here coming down, obviously, with the goal. But Clay Stevenson's looked great there after that, giving up that shorthanded goal. But he's looked great here so far.
Stevenson in this game so far for Hershey is stopped 15 of 16. And we talked about the goalpost helping out at times in this game. And some big rebounds from Yoel Blomqvist left. And that was the one where Strome was taken down. He wanted a penalty. Strome wound up drawing a minor before the period ended to result in what will be a 5-on-3 for Hershey. The Bears power play coming in 4th in the American Hockey League. So see if they can make some hay. Something's got to give eventually when you're 0 for 4 and someone's going to break through on the power play. Key opportunity to get it started in fresh ice too.
Yeah, you get fresh ice. The Hershey's going to go in. They're going to drop a little bit of a play here. They're going to have a couple different options. But, look to them shoot the puck. They're going to use that, Wilkes-Barre sliding in front of the net, and hopefully they're able to bury one here coming into the third period.
Third period and an extended 5-on-3 power play coming up for the Bears. Take a breather and stay with us. We're back after the break. You're watching Hershey Bears hockey on Fox 43. Looking to break out in the third period. 1-1 our score at Giant Center. The Bears and Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, the I-81 rivalry series. Hershey going for win number 8 against their foes from Wilkes-Barre Scranton. 7-2 so far. They start 5-on-3 on the power play with fresh ice. Extended time at that. 1 minute, 16 seconds with a faceoff done unfairly. So you've been on the other side of this a lot, Garrett, trying to kill a 5-on-3. What do the Bears have to do to exploit the penalty killers here with a lot of open real estate?
Yeah, the biggest thing is puck movement. You just want to make sure that, you're able to move the puck. You're going to have 2 less guys on the ice, so there's a lot of space out there for puck movement. And then the other thing is just trying to get guys to cross up. When you're killing a penalty, you never want to get crossed up. You get eyed up, and then all of a sudden the seams start to open up behind you. So, if they can spread the puck moves a lot quicker than the players can here, and, hopefully they bury one.
Prisky left side for Joe Snively. 5-on-3 for 55 seconds with a 1-1 score. Bears look to pull in front for the first time tonight. Prisky interchanges with Snively in the slot. Right side, Snively's one-timer gun wide the goal. There was some room on the far post.
Yeah, he just missed that wide there. Had to bend by a couple of inches. But he did beat Blomqvist on the blocker side.
Snively having a career year with 41 points. Darts in. Back of the net to the near wing for Limoges. Pull up along the boards on the right circle for Snively. The first minute in the third period. The ice is fresh to zip it around with good efficiency. Prisky on top of the slot. Has it there from the center point. Rolling in Vecchione. Jammed up on the one-timer. Rattles around to the near wing with 10 on the 5-on-3. Joe Snively with it from the right dot across Vecchione. Down low. He tried to send it to Limoges. Poked away. One penalty about to expire. Snively's centering pass goes awry. It's now a 5-on-4, but Vecchione bumped it towards Prisky, who's going the other direction, and Hershey back at center will regroup. 35 seconds to make some hay. It's Kevin O'Neill in his Hershey debut this season. O'Neill with the puck. A couple years at Yale for O'Neill before transferring, where he played with Snively. 20 on the power play. They finally got it sorted out. O'Neill on the right wing gains entry. Hershey moving left to right in a 1-1 game. Strome fanned on the pass, cleared, and that is a big penalty kill by Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Just 10 seconds left on the penalty to Jager Joshua for tripping. And Hershey going to be unable to connect. We remain 1-1. And Hershey finding themselves over on the power play stick. O'Neill on the dump in with Strome looking to track it down behind the net. Off the left wing, Willett will clear to center. Hamanaktel will glove it down to midair. That's a hand pass called on Hershey in neutral ice. While we have a moment radio-wise, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification for our listeners on the Bears Radio Network. 17:45 to go in the third period. Draw in neutral ice. And the Bears gaining control. Trinyev looking to swat it in, knocked away from him. Empey, Trinyev, and Hofer out there right now as the Bears turning back to their own end of things with a Clay Stevenson, the netminder, out of his goal. Stevenson gets the start tonight with the Bears playing back-to-back games. Hunter Shepard played on Wednesday in Laval, likely to go tomorrow against Rochester in a rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Bears won in 6 games. It's quite the goaltending duel between Shepard and Malcolm Subban. Subban now a member of the Springfield Thunderbirds in the St. Louis Blues organization. Hofer on the dump in, the Bears goal scorer. Taps it behind the net. Blomqvist can play it up the near wing. Sandwiching himself on the boards is Triniev to draw that puck loose. And it's Strozel on the left wing, turns it back behind the goal to Fadoon. With some rule estate, he'll skate to center for Ravis Ansons. Right wing hit a Strozel. Fans on the shot to the net. And guided away from him, where it's Ness behind his own goal, poking it loose to Iorio. Just joining us, Hershey without some key personnel here today. Eric Dubé up with the Capitals. Hendrik Lapierre up with the Capitals. Mike Scarbosa too. Ethan Frank and Riley Sutter hurt. Dylan McElrath suspended. And Lucas Johansson still week to week with an injury. Other guys getting an opportunity here, looking to make the most of it. Well, the dump in Blomqvist to take it. The Penguins look to break out to Unikopinen. To center ice, on the money to Rushoff. Man going to the net. Adamo tipped on goal, and Stevenson. Quality save with the left pad and no rebound.
Yeah, that's a great save by him. He, it comes through the middle of the ice. That's an extremely difficult tip to stop for him. And Adamo makes that nifty little backhand tip, redirects it. And Clay is able to suck that right up and not allow a rebound on that going to the net.
Justin Adamo, a big-time scorer for the Wheeling Nailers, the ECHL affiliate. Called up a couple goals already under his belt this season. The big man, 6'6", going high to the net there. 250 pounds, tough to move. He broke in, and Stevenson able to make the save. His 16th stop of the game. Draw to his right. Won by the home team. Snively at center will knock the puck forward, looking for Limoges. He's got it chased Prisky back in his own end. To Rowe, tips it in. Blomqvist in the trapezoid behind the net. The Penguins goalie fanned on the clearing pass. Limoges will knock it down. Rathbone draped all over him. As Snively hits the deck. Puck squirts in front. Now it's Limoges that falls. And the Penguins to center, where Prisky able to dispossess Gruden. Limoges missed a pass, but Massey to take it in his own zone. Jake Massey with it ahead to center. Snively to Limoges. Behind him on the left wing, but he's able to guide it loose. As Kopanen overskated it. Rowe flips it around the boards on the right wing. Day to lead for Snively. Top of the point. Cross to Albert Octel. His shot. A left-hand save made by Blomqvist. Bears recover the rebound. To the point it's Day. Sends it to the last circle. The pass deflected away from Limoges. Limoges and Rowe looking to glide the puck loose. Day after it untangles. Back to the point. Albert Octel walks the line looking for a shooting lane. Day charges in on the left wing. It's been Logan Day to Limoges. Right side Snively. One-timer high and wide. He had Blomqvist scrambling on a broken play. It came to Joe Snively. Missed everything. Ahmed Octel's pass up the middle. Intercepted Philippe. And he does get it to center. Some good looks for Hershey. Then tries right back in with Rowe. Trying to send it to Ahmed Octel. Broken up. This game remains 1-1. Steal by Rowe at center, but his teammates are changing. They'll put it back to his own zone. Good work on the cycle game, the offensive zone, trying to wear down the Pens. Just no finish so far here in the third.
Yeah, they've been able to maintain possession of the puck there, and they've done a good job. It's just a matter of breaking through that next layer of players and taking that puck to the net. Or getting it up to the point and getting a shot through. Just get in front of the net and banging a rebound there.
Triniev looking to track it down behind the net on the right wing. Iorio will step up and look to curl it free. Defenseman Vincent Iorio, right-handed shooting blue liner, looking to take it loose along the near boards. Stravinsky, his roommate there, to try to help out. He and Brian Hofer lived together with Iorio. Last year it was Lapierre and Iorio together. Hendrik Lapierre now up in the National Hockey League. He called earlier today. Cleared in behind the Bears net. Ravinsky will leave it for Ness. We got 13 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the third period. If you're just joining us, great to have you along for the ride. And 3 cheers to the men and women in our technical crew. Great Save Productions. And our producer, Ed Albert, and everyone back at FOX43 headquarters, helping get us on the air tonight. Penguins out of their own zone. Fanned on first by St. Ivory. The second swipe to Hinostroza, who blasted in behind the Bears net. Gruden's pass cut off. Good anticipation by Prisky. Strome hits the net and falls down, but the Bears to center. Hofer chases it in offensively. Good work in the offensive zone. This has been a great game for Ryan Hofer here today. His best that we've seen so far, with a goal under his belt already. Rushoff, though, the other way. Broken up by Prisky. He'll throw it to the red line, and no one in particular. Penguins cough it up, too. A game of back and forth, with both teams changing.
Yeah, Hofer has looked really good. You know, obviously a big body out there. He skates really well. You know, we've seen his speed there here tonight a couple different times. You know, he's been able to break in a few different times, odd man rush, and he's a big body, scores a goal. But we talk about, you know, a little bit of confidence, and it goes a long ways. He's looked really good here tonight so far.
Penguins chip the puck around the boards to the near wing. Philippe to center. 1-1 our score here at Giant Center on the Penn State Health scoreboard. Nothing doing yet in the third period. No goals since the first. Vecchione can't accept the pass at center. Wilkes-Barre Scranton gets it back in their own zone. Defenseman Ryan Shea will go for his skate. Northeastern University product to blast it in behind the Bears net. Abinaktel the backhand of the forehand. Does eventually get it indirectly to Logan Day. Vecchione to center. Huntington darts in and shoots. The shot got blocked by Jack St. Ivory. And the Penguins just clear it down the ice. And not the crispest of games for sure on either side here, with the shots just 17-16 Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, it's really been, a lot of this has been played through the neutral zone. You know, we haven't really had a whole lot of sustained ozone time. Other Hershey's had a little bit of, you know, time spent there, but they've, most of it's been kind of a little bit choppy through the neutral zone, just back and forth here for us.
Ness will put it off the skirt of the goal. St. Ivory hits the deck and falls down, with Snively on a retrieval. Help from Rowe as the puck comes back to center ice. Iorio has to track it down in his own zone. The man draped all over him, that was Joshua. Iorio to safety to Ness, who looks to break out of his own zone. Both teams completing a line change. Todd Nelson's group comes in with a 39-9-0-3 record. Bears the best team in the league, despite without key personnel. And a 1-1 draw here tonight. It is Strozier over the blue line down the right wing with a shot that's steered out by the blocker. Play Stevenson. There's Netbinder with the save. Smith able to keep in, and the Penguins threatening here. It is Strozier. Right point, Fadoum will wind and fire, and a good block by Ravinsky to send it out of play. 10:41 left in the third, still tied at 1. Who will pull ahead? Be back. This is Hershey Bears hockey. Looking for someone to pull ahead here at Giant Center. A 1-1 game from Chocolatetown along Hershey Park Drive. No goals yet in the third, none since the first. Bears got a goal from Ryan Hofer after a shorthanded tally from John Gruden opened the scoring. Since then, nothing in the back of the nets. Both goalies have been sharp. Grenier up to center on the dump in, doesn't get it too deep. And the Penguins look to break free to center ice. On the left side, Hamelick in over the blue line. He'll shoot off the crossbar and out of play. Supposed to be in Wheeling. Dylan Hamelick nearly pulled his team in front. Todd Sadowski standing behind Clay Stevenson. Heard that one, probably got ringing in your ears, Todd.
Yeah, you know, after 3 weeks away from home, it's back-to-back nights. Yeah, I heard a lot of pipe on that particular shot. Not a lot of goals here. But you know what? Tomorrow, it gets really stylish for a special event. It's February, so take a look at these things. Makes me thirsty just looking at it. The Bears wearing these special jerseys against the Rochester Americans as part of the event. For tomorrow's game, food and beer for a sampling from local breweries.
Pre-game event, that's going to be fun, and then during the game, those fancy sweaters worn. It's also a canned food drive, so bring food prior to the game and drop it on the plaza. Help benefit local food banks, part of our Hershey Bears Cares program. Always for a good cause here in Chocolatetown, USA. 9:50 left in the third period against the Bears in their traditional chocolate and white tonight in the offensive zone, looking to take it free. Been some wacky jerseys over the years. Those are pretty darn sharp. The later hosing on there. The plaid look to it. Looking forward to seeing those on the ice tomorrow. But you wore some pretty wacky ones in your time, Garrett.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We had the St. Patrick's Day jerseys. We had the New Year's Eve jerseys there back in, I don't know, gosh, it might have been 2015 or 16, but we've had some pretty fun ones over the years, that's for sure.
Puck deflected up now to play. A shamrock shake on a jersey on those St. Patrick's Day jerseys. Google that one. Those were pretty unique. Looking forward to tomorrow. Looking forward to someone to score here. 1-1. Take a breather and be back. This is Hershey Bears hockey. Face off at center ice. Bring it back here to Giant Center in Hershey. Really called the sweetest place on earth, and it has been a sweet season for the Bears. Looking to pick up their 40th win of the campaign, looking to continue their winning ways in Chocolatetown, USA. Puck up along the near boards with a 1-1 score. Nothing decided yet here as whistle and a hand pass called on the Bears with a face-off to come. Got some more TV action for you. We're hitting the road to Charlotte and add to our TV schedule. I'll bring you the action from Charlotte, North Carolina next month. And against the Hartford Wolfpack here at Giant Center at Hershey Park past night at 5 o'clock. All those games can be found on Fox 43.2. That is Antenna TV. Check your local listings. But looking forward to bringing you the action. A little trip to North Carolina for the Bears. Puck underneath the body of Day as Stevenson shot it around behind the goal. And finally the play blown dead. That's Ness down on the ice rather, I believe. And Iorio not happy with Koponen. And everyone having to be separated here is on the back of the net.
Yeah, Vinny took a stick there high.
Yeah, he did.
Koponen, kind of after that melee kind of started there, but he took a blade right to the face here. You'll see it. Comes right up. Boom. Oh.
Ouch.
Ooh. Butt end. I thought it was the blade, but I ended up getting him with a butt end there.
No penalty call on the play as Iorio skates away, and yeah, the puck underneath there and Ness there. He and Iorio are all right. Face off to the left of play, Stevenson. Rowe out there with Limoges and Snively. And second line with a little bit of a different look with Hendrix Lapierre called up earlier today, joining the crew with the Capitals after TJ Oshie suffered an injury yesterday, and a contact injury. Hope Oshie's all right. Head coach Spencer Kyberry didn't give much of an update on him. Where the team skate today. Snively with it at center ice. 8:25 to go in the third. Joe Snively to crash it in behind the net. Limoges on the left wing, Rowe to center. He gets belted. There'll be a penalty call, and Rowe is down and in pain on a hit in the left circle. Limoges goes over to check on Garrett Rowe. He got belted and is just getting to his knees now, but the Bears will head back to the power play and a chance to make him pay.
Yeah, he just gets up high on Rosie there. He doesn't see him coming at all. Gruden goes right through him. Garrett Rose, hopefully he's okay there, but he's up under his own power, so he looks like he's going to be fine, but he does not see Gruden there coming from the backside. A little bit of a blindside play there on Garrett Rowe.
Officials are going to chat on the severity of the penalty here. All four officials in the referee's crease to determine as Max Finley, the assistant athletic trainer, coming out to check on Rowe, who got up on his own accord and skated off. Willett and Ness discussing. It's a 2-minute penalty on Gruden. Came up high on Rowe, and this is where you make him pay. That's, you see there with his right arm indicating that's an elbow.
Yeah, right now this is, the Bears need to kind of come together here, and obviously there's a lot of different moving pieces on this power play. Guys that probably haven't practiced together. Morning skate maybe this morning they ran through it a little bit. But you got a lot of different pieces here on this first power play unit. So I'd like to see one click here for him. Just get the puck on net, and a greasy one works as well.
6th try on the power play. Something's got to give for the Bears as Rowe will head down the tunnel, likely to be checked out to make sure he's all right. He was on the bench, and then they said, let's go on back and take a look. Hopefully he is able to return with 8:05 left in the third period. The puck clear, the Bears to work on the man advantage. Mike Vecchione trying to put Hershey in front. Spins it behind the goal. Huntington to give it on back to Vecchione on the right wing. Alex Limoges with the puck, leads for Vecchione. He's got 5 power play goals this year. Lemos right circle, throws it across. One-timer on goal, a good save. Blomqvist denying Chase Prisky, who got quite the wind-up dash in down the left wing.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're looking for there. You create that seam right below Wilkes-Barre's player. You know, Limoges makes an unbelievable pass over to Prisky there, and he gets all of it. Blomqvist makes a great save there on coming on the backside.
Jimmy Huntington off the left side half boards. Dishes it on off to Prisky. Bears looking to pull in front here. 7:20 to go. Prisky to the goal line. Vecchione's there trying to throw it in front. Rolls to the side of that. Vecchione jams at it. Blomqvist down. The puck is loose on the near side. Blomqvist scrambling to his feet. Hershey sorts it out. They got the Penguins on the ropes with 50 on the power play. Snively with it to the right circle. Limoges mishandled. Gets it back. Vecchione there for support. To the goal line, Huntington. Limoges behind the net, run into by Willette. Cleared, but off the body, Huntington. Snively keeps it in. Right circle, Huntington. High and wide, and it clears itself back to center. Snively wants to power it forward, but the Bears have to tag up. Hershey changing. Nest fresh on the ice to the right wing for O'Neill. Kevin O'Neill trying to play hero. Season debut along the near wings. Nick handles it loose. The birthday boy back to the point. Day is there with Miros Nichenko on the ice. 10 on the power play. Nest right circle. Goal line and Strome gets it back to Nest. Blue line, Dave's drive. Blocked in front. Copen into clear. No, he's pickpocketing. Great play, O'Neill. Keeps it alive. Pulls it down low. Strome across. He had Miros Nichenko there as the penalties expired. And Gruden knocks down Miros Nichenko, but Ivan back on his feet, stays with the puck. Gets tripped up. Another penalty call. Delayed penalty as Stevenson darts off. 6 on 5. Tired players out for Wilkes-Barre. Day holds it in by an eyelash at the point. Under 6 to go. 1-1 game. Beneath the goal line. That's Strome. Fans on the pass. Rowe, good to see him back out there. Leaves it for Ness. The center point. Far wing in front off the stick of Strome. Rowe will keep it moving. Ness has it. 6 on 5 till the Penguins touch it. Wilkes-Barre's dog tired. Strome behind the net, looking for the go-ahead goal to Rowe, and hopped his stick along the near wing. Ness to the middle, off the twig of O'Neill. Ness knocked down awkwardly from behind by Koponen. Play continues, is finally covered by Blomqvist. Day going back at Koponen. Now we got a melee behind the net. Strome over top of Philippe. Those two in a wrestling match. We're bringing you Bears hockey, not SmackDown, but we got our own version here at Giant Center. Frustrations boil over after Ness got belted in the boards and Strome in front is hot. That gets the crowd to their feet at Giant Center. Hershey likely headed to a power play here as we look at Ness awkwardly in the boards by Koponen. And then after the fact, a melee breaks out. We'll get you the calls when we return. 5:19 to go in the third. 1-1. Critical calls here. This is Hershey Bears hockey. Power play for the Bears after that scrum, a bit of a melee. Koponen took the extra penalty through that hit on Ness. Gruden was going initially. Strome in the box for Hershey, but a 5-on-4 power play. The 7th try for the Bears. Hopefully lucky number 7 is the one that puts Hershey in front. Here we go again. Gruden off the face-shot with Huntington. Draw done unfairly, and tensions are high here at Giant Center.
Yeah, they are. It's you know, that's kind of the energy that you wanted to see a little bit earlier on here, but you know, it takes one hit like that, all of a sudden everybody wants in on it. So you know, hopefully we can, you know, the calmer bloods prevail here a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna get matched up here, so it should stay 5-on-4.
Huntington wasn't happy. He's being grabbed, and he put Gruden in a headlock, and they went back at it. I thought Gruden got the initial penalty behind the net. Maybe he was in the area. We haven't seen the calls come across yet. We got a barking match in the sin bin. Both players will sit. That will not change the manpower. It's not a rivalry without some feistiness.
Yeah, it's nice. It's you know, sometimes it's fun to see that rivalry kind of brew back up a little bit. Obviously, over the years, we've had some serious battles. It's been a lot of fun.
Todd Sadowski, it's picking up down there. You got a good view. It's on the far end of you, but This is what happens when the Bears and Penguins get together 12 times.
I thought emotions got high as soon as Vinny Iorio got hit with a high stick and nothing was called there. Since that moment, guys, we've seen it just kind of escalate moment by moment into this dramatic 5-minute finish here we have at Giant Center.
5:19 left, power play for the Bears. Rowe will take the draw now. No Huntington available. He and Gruden to sit. Rowe knocked down, but he wins the faceoff. And the Bears look to pull ahead. Hopefully lucky number 7 on the power play for Joe Snively and Hershey in a 1-1 game. Rowe to the goal line. Alex Limoges with it. Poked away from him. Good clear by Jack St. Ivany down the ice. Give the Penguins penalty kill credit. They come in 8th in the league. And they've kept Hershey's hot power play 4th overall at bay. Vecchione to center. Left wing brings the puck in. Rowe escapes the check and punches it back of the goal. Vecchione from the right side goal line to Limoges. Pushed in the boards by Ansons. Vecchione comes over to help out. And diving play Limoges keeps it moving. Rowe being hog-tied along the near boards. Getting some help from Vecchione. Bears look to sort it out. Closing his stick is Ansons. Snively with it. Right circle. No stick for Ravis Ansons. Trying to isolate him. A drive. Vecchione save. Rebound. Limoges. What a stop by Blomqvist. My goodness. He robs Alex Limoges from in tight.
Yeah, a little bit of pitch and catch here, with Garrett Rowe and Mike Vecchione there. And Limoges has it. Blomqvist wasn't able to freeze that first one. Limoges has a chance there on the backside, but Blomqvist is able to get that left pad out and make a really nice save. But look, great movement. That's what you talk about. The puck moves a lot quicker than the players do, so they play a little bit of pitch and catch there. And there that opens up that opportunity on the backside for Limoges.
Look at it from behind the net. Limoges looking to chip it up and in, and Blomqvist with a glove on top of the pad keeps it out. Still 1 minute of power play time for Hershey. Scrum along the near boards as the Bears look to dig the puck loose and get it cycled. 55 seconds left on the extra penalty to Koponen. Finally, out of the pile, Snively, right point, nice room around the Damo. Snively to Garrett Rowe. Limoges is along the goal line. He gives it back to Rowe. Bottom of the right circle. Limoges behind the net to the far side. Prisky up top to the blue line. Joe Snively with the puck. Fakes the slapper. Prisky left circle. 30 on the power play. 3:45 of the game. Snively to chase Prisky. Feeds the left circle. Mike Vecchione wheels it around. Prisky looks out front. He shoots and scores! Chase Prisky! A power play goal with 3:38 left. Hershey's in front. It's 2-1 Bears.
Yeah, you see that little bit of an interchange there. Joe Snively and Chase Prisky there. They're able to kind of play around the Wilkes-Barre's top forward there. That creates that opportunity for Prisky to slide in the backside, and he makes a great shot right underneath the glove of Blomqvist there, far side, and he puts the Bears up 2-1 here. It's great to see it in Hershey.
Mike Vecchione picks up his 250th American Hockey League point with the assist. And Prisky able to find its way through. He's got the goal, his 6th of the season. And lucky number 7 indeed on the power play. A milestone marker for Mike Vecchione with the helper. And Hershey in front.
Well, we talk about the power play coming in, special teams being a big part of this. And, on the 7th one, you're right, the lucky number 7, it's... puts Hershey up 2-1 here, 3 minutes left in the third.
Trying to go 5-0 against the Pins on home ice. We'll keep an eye on Blomqvist with 3:18 left. Wrist shot into the glove of Clay Stevenson. And no rebound. And Todd Sadowski ice level. Stevenson will be busy for the remainder of this one. The Penguins are going to press, and this is what we expected, Todd, that low-scoring, hard-checking affair. And special teams, we said it took 7 tries, but finally comes through.
How many times have we seen it, guys? The defense and the goaltending gives the offense and the special teams time to come through when they need it most, keeping the Penguins to just 1 goal the entire game, and the offense finally. You just cannot give the power play that many opportunities. The Penguins know better than that. And finally, the Bears cash in. They're going to have to hang on tight here the last 3:15.
Blomqvist came over to the bench to get the indication from the coaching staff of when he should come off. Patrick Weller has a number of his defensemen around him on the bench, the Bears defensive coach, letting these guys know what they need to do in the closing moments. Face off to the right of Stevenson. 18 saves so far Vecchione and Snively with the helpers on the goal at 16-22. The Bears finally able to connect. A lot of penalties at 14:41, and the chippiness may not be done yet, but Justin Adamo's got time in this game on his mind. Shane from the point, a wrist shot high and wide of Stevenson. To the far wing, Hamid Aksel looking to throw the check and knock the puck loose. So now it comes down to a one-goal situation. The Bears thrive in this situation. It's Hamid Aksel playing it up the left side boards where it comes loose to Snively. But it was deflected up and out of play for a whistle with 2:44 to spare.
Yeah, we got a little bit of energy back in the building there. Obviously, some of that rough stuff, like Todd talked about there. You take a high stick by Kopanen there on Iorio, and that kind of, you're right, it kind of set the tone here for the next 7-8 minutes of this period, and Hershey was able to capitalize on that power play, going in under 3 minutes here to go.
Hershey's 18-1-0-3 when they score when they beg your pardon, have a one-goal game this season. Blomqvist is off for the extra attacker. J.D. Forrest, the head coach of the Penguins, sits him on the bench, 6-on-5 right now. Penguins do have a timeout still available yet. An empty net Wilkes-Barre with 2:44 left. Drawn to the left of Stevenson. Off the face-off win, Wilkes-Barre back to the blue line. Smith, great shot block. Miro Stachenko gets in the way. Todd Nelson puts him out there in a late game situation. Well done by the 20-year-old rookie.
Yeah, that's got to feel good for the kid to get out there. That's in a situation that, for him typically, he's probably not going out and, to have the trust in the coaching staff right now to be able to go out there and kind of shut this game down. It's great for him.
Well, tough spot here as Jimmy Huntington, you see, is headed off for a slash on the entry for the Penguins. 6-on-4 with the goaltender pulled. They're going to get their 5th try on the power play. And a chance to pull even as Stevenson and the penalty killer is going to be heavily relied upon now.
Yeah, J.D. Forrester calls his timeout, so he'll bring his guys over. Patrick Weller's going to have a chance to kind of draw something up here for Hershey. Biggest thing right now, you got 2 extra guys on the ice, over top of Hershey right now, 6-on-4. Just you cannot run around. The biggest thing is just 4 on a dice. You got to stay compact. You can't let that go through the seam. The biggest thing right now is making sure that second puck doesn't get back through the seam. When you get double crossed, 2 pucks through a seam, it usually ends up in the back of your net. So stay tight, keep everything in front of you. You got an empty net that you can shoot at. So penalty kill, you can rip that thing down. There's no icing. So it's, Hershey right now, they just got to stay in front, keep everybody in front of you, and get that puck down the ice.
Took the words out of my mouth. A free shot at the empty net with no punishment if you miss it. And then the other team's got to go 200 feet to get it towards your goal. Gruden against Rybinski on the face-off to the right of Clay Stevenson. 6-on-4, empty net Wilkes-Barre. It's 2-1 Bears. Chase Prisky has Hershey ahead. Penguins looking to answer on the power play. Gruden on the face-off win. He's money in the circle. Ty Smith with it. The leading point getter for Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Backs off the pressure. Rybinski and Strome up top. Right circle, wrist shot. Stevenson the save. The rebound comes loose. Rushoff can't find it, but Wilkes-Barre will sort it out. And it's Stroza to Smith with 2:10 to go. Drive for the point, deflected off Stevenson and wide of the net to the near wing. Penguins get it back to Ouellette. 2 minutes to go. And it's Stroza's pass across, broken up. Strome for the empty net. Bullseye! That's Strome, a short-handed empty net goal. 3-1 Hershey, and they love it here in Chocolate Town.
That's exactly, you keep everybody in front of you. You got to stay tight. There's a little bit of a mix-up there earlier on in that power play, but, Stromer gets a stick on it, Rybinski gets a stick on it there, and Stromer's able to put that 180 feet down the ice into an empty net.
Max Strome puts it into the empty net. He's got a goal and an assist in this one. An empty net goal for Strome to seal what hopefully will be a Hershey Bears victory.
You talk about the depth. Obviously, Stromer's kind of been in and out of the lineup depending on injuries, calls up. But he's a guy that you slide right in, you put right into any situation, and he succeeds. You see him on the power play, killing penalties. It's been a great night for him here tonight.
So no, not done yet. It is a 2-goal deficit. The Penguins still have the goalie off and still on the power play. Strome and the penalty kill. Perfect so far tonight. Still have work to be done with under 100 seconds left. Shea at the point, far side one-timer, deflected in front over Stevenson. Strome along the left wing will look to come up with it. Spun around to the right point. Rathbone is there. 1:25 to go. Shea to the left circle. Shankovic with it. Cross box deflected by Rubinski. Lumped by Rathbone in center. Goal line swept in front. Philippe missed it. Shankovic shoots a pad save. Stevenson, it rolled wide. Looked like it beat him. To the corner it goes. Puck at the side of the net. Shankovic will poke it free. Koponen pushed in the boards as Strome is after it. Comes back to the point for Shea. Man in left in this one in Giant Center. Shankovic's drive blocked by Messi. He will clear it down the ice. 50 seconds left in this one. Win number 40 looming for Hershey. And Estroza dashes in down the right wing. Short side shot. Stevenson at the ready for that. Shea with 35 left. Pin still down by 2. And Estroza's drive stick save Stevenson. Trineyev for another empty netter. Yes, sir! Bogdan Trinyeyev's got goals in 2 straight. An exclamation point on what will be win number 40 for the AHL's best team.
Yeah, it's been, we talked about that first period, second period, not a whole lot going on there other than 2 goals in the first, and obviously the 2 empty net goals, but it's a great finish by them. Hershey had an opportunity at a power play. They make Wilkes-Barre pay, and then cash in on 2 empty net goals to kind of seal the deal here for tonight.
I think it looked a little more lopsided than it was. It was a 1-1 game until the 16:22 mark of the third period. Chase Prisky on the power play. Still 3 seconds left on the Huntington Miners, so Hershey now up to 7 shorthanded goals on the year. 2 empty netters helped them pad those stats a bit. Down to 20 left in this one. Rochester coming into town tomorrow. An Eastern Conference Finals rematch. But another win over Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Hershey will move to 5-0 on home ice over the Penguins and 8-2 in the season series. Massey with a shot block, an outburst late in the third, and the Hershey Bears win their 40th game of the season. The AHL's best team victorious in their return to Chocolatetown. It's a 4-1 win over the Baby Pens.
Yeah, it definitely didn't feel like a 4-1 game. Obviously, you had those 2 empty nets in there, but like I said, that's a great finish by them, come together. Sometimes you have those nights. Obviously, a long travel day last night, or yesterday, I should say, getting in last night. It's just a great exclamation mark on a big win here for the Bears.
Shots on goal finish up 25-23 in favor of Wilkes-Barre Scranton. In the third period, Wilkes-Barre Scranton out shooting Hershey 9-8. We talked about special teams. The Bears 1 for 7 on the power play. The Penguins 0 for 5. And it's a win for the Bears tonight. We'll hear from one of our stars of the game, Ryan Hofer. Downstairs, he had the goal to get the party started. Chase Prisky with the game winner tonight for Hershey. And it was a great crowd here in Chocolatetown, and they came to life in the third period. And I agree, that rough stuff really sparked the fun here in Chocolatetown. Yeah,
it really did. It kind of set the tone for the last 8 minutes of the game there. Hershey was really able to capitalize on the power play, and that's really the turning point, the Prisky goal. Obviously, the game-winning goal, but it makes Jimmy Huntington feel a whole lot better. With that penalty coming down the stretch, Hershey's able to bury 2 on the shorthanded.
Strome at 18:05, shorthanded from Rubinski. An empty net shorthanded goal. Trineyev at 19:30, unassisted at this time, his 7th of the season, empty net shorthanded as well. Winning goaltender Clay Stevenson stopped 24 of 25. Stevenson moves to 18-7-1. Blomqvist will take the loss to move to 16-8-5 on the year. Radio-wise, we'll have our Fairview Golf Course post-game show coming up in just a couple of minutes, so stay with us for that. But we still got coverage here as we'll hear ice level from our own Todd Sadowski with Ryan Hofer, who had a goal here today. And we talked about him a couple times, Garrett, but a great performance from him and a great performance from guys like Matt Strome stepping up today. With the amount of guys out, these guys came up big.
Yeah, that was one of our keys here for tonight. Obviously, you got some injuries, you got guys called up. Those guys get an opportunity to play a little bit more minutes and in different situations. Like I said, Stromer's playing on the power play, he's killing penalties. It was great 5-on-5, and you talk about a guy in Hofer that, I thought he had a great night tonight. He really stood out for me.
Ryan Hofer will come onto the ice as the second star of the game. He picked up his third of the season back in the first period of play. He's going to join our own Todd Sadowski downstairs momentarily. A rookie that scored 40 in the Western League last year, finding his game, and that's good for the Bears this second half of the season. And we'll send it down to our own Todd Sadowski, standing by with one of the men that had a big game, Ryan Hofer. Let's check in ice level.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. Tremendous game. Hey, welcome back to Hershey. It feels like forever. 3 weeks. You could tell the crowd was jazzed up to see you guys. What was it like to return here for the first time in a long time?
Yeah, it felt good to come back from the Canadian road trip and get a fan base like this. You know, it's always awesome playing in front of these guys, and yeah, it was a great game.
So the defense, the goaltending, Clay Stevenson again tonight, always seems to give that offense time to find themselves. You only gave up one goal, and then all of a sudden you're down deep into the third period, and you guys find that second goal and then follow it up from there. Talk about that advantage that it gives the forwards all that time to get that second goal.
Yeah, it's huge. You saw that at the end there. Everyone was pitching in. Mud was making some great saves, and the D were blocking shots all game too. So it was awesome. Big props to those guys.
A lot of guys up in D.C., some guys injured. Doesn't matter. Guys just seem to step in. You take advantage of your opportunity to get that ice time. What's that like when you guys are so deep and just so connected to come out there and get the job done together?
Yeah, it helps a lot. The bond we have in the room, it helps. Anyone can jump in and play a big part, and yeah, we want to keep it going into playoffs here.
40 wins already this season. You guys just continue to find ways to get it done. What's so special about this unit to just come out with all these W's in every way possible, Ryan?
Yeah, we got the skill too, but I think it's mostly the heart. We got a good brotherhood in there, and you know, we fight for each other day in, day out. So yeah, it's an exciting group.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Congratulations on win number 40 and his goal tonight. Another little taste of honey, guys. What a sweet season that continues. 40 wins already for the Hershey Bears.
Pretty wild considering the Bears don't even have 10 regulation losses. 49-0-3. Garrett Mitchell. As we wrap it up here from Giant Center, our thanks to Todd Ice Level. A job well done by him, and great to hear from Ryan Hofer. The beat rolls on for this Bears team, and this is another win you can check off, a different way to win a game. You know, they have guys that are normally not playing in their certain roles coming in, and they get the job done tonight. Continue to have the Penguins number.
Yeah, they did, and you know, we talk about finding different ways to win. It's been a lot of fun to watch this year. Obviously, 40 wins, it's an unbelievable feat by any team, and they've done it so quickly. So, you know, there's some big things coming from this team, and you know, we're excited to kind of watch it down the stretch.
4-1 the final as Hershey gets the victory. Our thank you to Great St. Productions crew for their work, and Albert, our producer, the entire Fox 43 crew tonight. For Garrett Mitchell, for Todd Sadowski, I'm Zack Fisch. Stay with us, those on the radio side, for our Fairview Golf Course post-game show. Good night from Chocolate Town.